Go with me back to Thursday, March 12th of this year. Word was coming out that the coronavirus was beginning to spread in dangerous ways. Schools, airports, and entire cities were beginning to shut down, and we all heard the term social distance for the first time. Sheila and I were supposed to be on a flight to Phoenix that day to visit the WCC Snowbirds, but we canceled, literally at the last minute. We didn't want to be a risk to our friends in Arizona, and we needed to be available to our kids who were in Denver and Decorah and Des Moines and right here at home. Do you remember where you were and what you were doing on March 12th? Members of the staff and lay leadership decided that as long as this pandemic lasted, our priorities would be to care, to connect, and to keep the mission moving forward. Last week, I talked a bit about the ways we have cared for one another over these past 6 months. Next week, I'll show the ways that we've kept the mission moving forward. But today I want to celebrate the ways that we have stayed connected. Ever since that fateful day, March 12th, 2020, when Wayzata Community Church closed its doors for the first time in 139 years. Right from the start, we realized that you can close a building, but you can't close a church, because we are the church. And you can cancel programs, but you can never cancel love. One definition of connect is to form a relationship or feel an affinity. That's what we do. We form relationships and we feel an affinity for one another. We were just going to have to find all new ways and all new methods for doing so. In less than 24 hours, we had to make some unprecedented decisions. Among those was to move all our worship online. We made a really critical decision to go in a different direction from most every other church we knew by pre-recording our online worship services. This gave us a chance to craft and to curate an experience designed for digital connection, rather than pretend to be together in a great big empty room. We've learned a lot along the way, and this decision has already helped us build for the future, as online worship is here to stay. While some of us were figuring out how to connect through online worship, other staff were hard at work figuring out how to connect with our families, our children, and our youth. The connections being made, the relationships being formed were amazing. From Jody Nyberg's daily craft videos for kids on Facebook, one of which was shared by a little girl in Chile, to Hannah Cruzen's gift boxes for families with our littlest angels. From Leslie, Autumn, and Heidi's online unified choir for our kids with special needs, to Krista's amazing social media and small group ministry for middle schoolers. From our Thimblebees busily making washable masks for healthcare workers, to one of our custodial staff members called Little John, who is one of our young adults with special needs, saying that he missed the people coming to make a mess for him to clean. And right in the middle of it all, we hired our new high school ministry director, Molly Schrader. And when we realized just how long we were going to have to connect in all new ways, Rustin and Danielle began their amazing Bible study teaching sessions. Leslie and Autumn moved Parables Worship to Facebook Live, and our life-changing summer camp led by Chris Paulson was being creatively shifted to a virtual version that kept our campers engaged and our college student leadership pipeline employed. VBS in August was moved online and loved by families. Krista converted her mission trip for middle school students into daily local ways to serve and called it Mission Week. Eventually, we began doing small funeral services, but under entirely unfamiliar circumstances that again challenged us to connect in all new ways. I shouldn't begin to name all the ways we've connected over the past 6 months because I am sure to have left out some of the most important ones. But it's worth noting also that not connecting in our traditional ways has also served our faith. You see, without the benefit of all the ways we historically connected with one another, it has made space for each of us to discover new ways of connecting with God personally. Let's be clear. Our connection with God is enhanced and deepened by a faith community like Wayzata Community Church, but it should never be dependent on it. March 12th seems like another lifetime ago, and none of us would have wished for a time of such separation and suffering. But God is working through it and working through us, connecting us, forming relationships, and reminding us of our affinity for one another. Next week, I'll tell you about the ways that we are keeping the mission moving forward. But until then, I hope you'll tune in this weekend, August 30th, for Rustin's farewell message. Come drive through the church parking lot on Sunday morning to wave to him and share your gratitude for his ministry. So until we connect again, be well and know that you are loved.